enough has been said that I think I can present and defend some meditations on the structure and storyline of Revelation. So here is a very simple outline of the overall structure, and great many people and commentators and just ordinary readers of Revelation have noted that there's many cycles of seven. There's a lot more sevens than this. I mean, just the references to seven, the uses of seven words seven times or imagery seven times. There's tons of those, but at a big picture bird's eye structure level, there's seven letters, seven seals, seven trumpets, and seven bowls. Now you can say there's also seven thunders, seven visions, possibly in one part. But these ones are the unmistakable ones that are expressly laid out in a as seven, an iteration of seven things in a big section of the book. Now, obviously, though, these don't cover all the chapters of the book, but I do think that they provide the basic outline because all the other chapters are interlinked with them. Chapter 1, the introduction of Christ, is and him as high priest standing in the holy place with the lampstands in his hand, is the standing amongst the lampstands with the stars in his hand, is linked with the letters to the seven churches. The heavenly throne room in chapters 4 through 5 is linked with the seven seals. The interlude in chapter 7 of the army of 144,000 and the tongues and tribes and nations represented worshiping the Lord, that's between the sixth and the seventh seal, so it's clearly an interlude. The the eating of the scroll and the two witnesses in chapter 11 or 10 through the first half of 11 is clearly an interlude between the sixth trumpet and the seventh trumpet. The woman in the desert, the beasts, and the lamb and his army with his name and his father's name written on their foreheads, and the winepress of wrath, so forth in chapter 12 through 14, I will argue is a postlude following off of the seventh trumpet. The seven bowls, definitely chapter 15, Song of Moses, is a prelude to that because chapter 15 starts off by saying that there's the seven last plagues, and then there's goes into talking about the Song of Moses and the exodus of the people, and then gets to the specific description of the seven bowls. And I will argue that from Babylon in chapter 17 onward to the end is a natural overflow of the seventh bowl and a postlude to it. So this very simple structure to just remember seven letters, seven seals, seven trumpets, and seven bowls provides the basic structure that I would argue that you need to know for to get a big picture of the book of Revelation. Certainly different outlines are given, and I don't think that there's just one outline of Revelation that's right. There's different ways to outline it, and different looking at it from different angles is beneficial. And even here with this breakdown, some of the pieces in between have this interlocking property where the postlude to the seals is also the introduction to the trumpets, and the very end of the postlude of the trumpets interlocks with the prelude to the bowls, and so there's overlap, and you can see how things interrelate at a more complicated level. But this very simple level actually goes a long way to get us what we need to just look at the book of Revelation from a bird's eye view in terms of the structure, and it fits well for seeing the bird's eye storyline that we'll talk about in the next video.